Hello, welcome back to the Nook. I'm Daniel, and today I'll be finally reviewing this book, The Horse and His Boy by C.S. Lewis, Book 3 of the Chronicles of Narnia. So before I get into the review, I'll just read the back of the description, just tell you what it's about. It says, "A wild gallop for freedom. Narnia, where horses talk, where treachery is brewing, where destiny awaits. On a desperate journey, two runaways meet and join forces. Though they are only looking to escape their harsh and narrow lives, they soon find themselves at the center of a terrible battle. It is a battle that will decide their fate and the fate of Narnia itself." So I'm just going to say this is my favorite of all the seven Narnia books. And I will just further say this is a good book to read as a standalone because it kind of stands on its own. It takes place in Archenland, and you're dealing with what are they called? There's sort of this tribal people. They live in the desert. It's a desert adventure. It feels kind of like Arabian Nights. So you got these people that are kind of Arabian-like. They have their god Tash. They have grand viziers. And so what this book is about is a young boy named Shasta, who's grown up with a fisherman in Archenland, I believe. He grows up with a fisherman, and he ends up discovering a talking horse. And the talking horse helps him run away. Eventually, he meets Aravis. Aravis is a young lady, one of the Arabian types. I can't remember their names. I read this book quite a while ago, so I'm reviewing it now because I wanted to review it, but it's been a long time, so it's kind of, I remember the basic story, but there's certain details I can't quite remember. But basically, Aravis and Shasta travel with another talking horse. So Bree is the talking horse Shasta's with, and Hwin is the female horse that Aravis is with. And they travel, and there is, in the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, of course, you had Peter, Susan, Lucy, and Edmund. And in this story, this is sort of an in-between story where the kings and queens of Narnia are grown up and they're ruling at this point. So this is not like when they went back to England. Um, this is when they've essentially been ruling in Narnia, and Peter's off fighting giants, and the rest are kind of doing their own thing. And Shasta does meet, I think it's Edmund and Susan, or Edmund and Lucy. And yeah, there's lots of really good adventures. This isn't a super action-packed Narnia book. Some Narnia books have more action, some have less. This one has a battle at the end. But yeah, there's good humor in this book. It's an adventure story. It's a desert adventure. That's probably why it's my favorite. I just love the desert vibe and just the feel of it. So I don't want to say too much more about Shasta because there's major revelations about who Shasta is and his lineage, because he's not dark-skinned like these men that are like the man he was raised with is kind of this Arabian-looking guy with a curly beard and dark skin, and Shasta's fair-haired with fair skin. And you kind of find out more about who Shasta is and his lineage, and because he was adopted. And Aslan does factor into this story. He's towards the end, you see more of him, and there's some really great chapters with Aslan and his interactions with Shasta. So altogether, it's a really good story. Like I said, it's my favorite, and there's a lot that I love with Narnia. Like even my least favorite Narnia book, which I'll get into when I review it, is still a great book because Narnia is just that good. Um, yeah, I'm just trying to think what else I can say about The Horse and His Boy. Just if you're reading the series, you could technically start here. I love just starting with Magician's Nephew and then reading Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe and then The Horse and His Boy and then onward. But this is really kind of a standalone story. Yeah, it's just a really good book, and I like the characters. I like kind of the friendship that Aravis and Shasta strike up because they kind of butt heads a little bit when they're traveling together. And Bree is a great character too. He's a horse, and one thing you'll learn about Bree is as a talking horse is he's very proud, and that you can kind of see how that's his downfall. I won't spoil too much, but there's some stuff with Bree where you see how he becomes a bit too proud and a bit too vain about himself. And that's all I'll really say about that. I'd say like experience it for yourself, what Bree's journey throughout this, and Aravis and Shasta and all the characters. You do meet a lot of the other talking animals. It's just a really good story. I think it's a very solid Narnia book, and I highly recommend if you're reading the series, don't skip this one by any means. So that's about all I can say. I know I took a couple weeks off from the channel, and I'm wanting to just get back into regular videos. It was Father's Day last Sunday, so that's why I didn't do it. But the previous Sunday, I said I was going to do a video, but I just didn't feel like it. But I'm back, and I'm going to just keep doing content for now. And so you can expect a video every Sunday. I'll keep reviewing Narnia. There's other books I can review. So thanks for watching, and leave a comment what your favorite Narnia book is, or if you like this one best. And remember to like and subscribe. And remember, you're always welcome at the Nook. Bye.